Hello everyone. I have never more proudly, assertively, and profoundly wore this shirt ever since I've had it. 100% Democrat. I am the most proud that I am today, and bold and courageous of a Democrat than I've ever been before. And I become a Democrat more and more each day. I know that sounds hard to believe, but I identify more with them each and every day. So I was gonna get ready and get dressed and look all nice and, flashy and everything, but no, I didn't do that today because this is too important. Every single Republican in the House just voted to block and hinder the release of the Epstein files. What the actual fuck, my friends? There's no other way to elucidate the thought process and how harrowing and dreadful and vicious these people are. They campaigned for years on releasing the Epstein files. They wanted transparency. They wanted authenticity. They wanted it to be shown and released and publicized to the American people, to hold people accountable, to ensure that people who broke the law will face the consequences because the people deserve to know. And this is not an issue. It is not an issue. Republicans, Democrats, everybody across the scale want to see the releasal of these Epstein files. And we're not going to see that because of Republicans. So Representative Ro Khanna from California forced a vote on the House floor last night to release and facilitate the release of the Epstein files because Donald Trump for months has been playing his game. He said at first he was going to release the Epstein files. He guesses he's going to release the Epstein files. Then he says that Pam Bondi was on her desk and it was in the process of being reviewed, and that there was hundreds upon hundreds of people that were going to be exposed and incriminated by this exposure and this leak coming to light, which should have been done. And then they say, oh, well, there's no Epstein files, even though they invited far-right influencers to the... It's just a whole bunch of stuff. They invited far-right influencers and handed them out binders that said Epstein files phase 1 on them. And then the Epstein files didn't exist. And then after that, Donald Trump, literally a day later after saying the Epstein files didn't exist, he said that they do exist, but that Obama, Biden, and Hillary Clinton created them. What is going on, guys? This is the president of the United States. They have full control. It is a regime. It is a totalitarianism regime. They do not care about the people. They clearly do not care about the people. They are covering up pedophilia. They are covering up child predators, including Donald Trump, who was Jeffrey Epstein's biggest client, by the way. He was on this flight log 7 times. He had 14 numbers tied to him and ways to contact him in Jeffrey Epstein's little black book. There's countless, absolutely immaculate amount of photos that have shown Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump at parties together and conversing together and staring at women together and posing with women. But unfortunately, we'll never see the other things that have not been released because we know that's not they're hiding a whole shitload of stuff from us. And that is absolutely undeniable. Anybody tells you otherwise is gaslighting and manipulating you to the very fiber. But now we're never going to see all the videos and all the evidence and everybody who was on the Epstein files and all the list. And then Republicans say, oh, well, Bill Clinton was on the Epstein files too. You know what? If Bill Clinton was on the Epstein files, release them and prosecute Bill Clinton for being on them. I'm a Democrat. I can say that. That's the difference with our party. We're not in a cult. We don't answer to one individual. We are a party that answers to our constituents, that is inclusive, that focuses and, tries to do things for the people instead of answering and catering to one single man who happens to be a criminal, sexual predator, adjudicated rapist, a guy who's literally deporting people without due process and building concentration camps in our country like Alligator Alcatraz, which imprison people, like 70% of them do not have a prior criminal conviction. And you could look this up and authenticate everything I'm saying. I do not want you to take my word for it. I don't want you to take my word for it. I want you to look it up yourself. I want you to do your research. I want you to understand the facts for yourself, because the country that we are in, it's going to be irredeemable. It really is. People don't understand that until it happens. People don't understand that this guy is looking at the playbook of Adolf Hitler. He's building concentration camps. He's denying immigrants. He's saying that the people in this country are the enemy from within, that they pose a greater threat to our foreign adversaries. He said that all throughout the campaign trail, all throughout his presidency. He goes golfing. What is it? 1/3 of his entire presidency so far, he has gone golfing. This guy is truly an egregious, the most treacherous, corrupt individual that has ever held any office in American history, ever. It's not even up for debate. It's not even comparable to anybody else. People say George Bush was bad. I didn't like George W. Bush. I didn't like Reagan personally, with policy and trickle down economics that inflated the income inequality that we see in this country. I didn't like those politicians. I didn't agree with them on economics or even social policies or any healthcare policies, but they weren't completely evil, like what we're seeing now. It's so depraved. It's so sordid. It's insidious what we're seeing in this country right now. It's malicious and monstrous. But yeah, there you have it, guys. Republicans literally just voted, with the exception of one. Okay, there's one Republican who didn't vote, who voted to release the Epstein files. Every single other Republican in the House of Representatives voted to block the release of the Epstein files. Every Democrat voted for it. Every single Democrat voted for it. Fact check me, look me up. Every single Democrat voted for it, to release the Epstein files and to institute and induce transparency to the American people. And I think it's going to be a blowout in 2026 for us Democrats in the House. I don't think we're going to win the Senate, unfortunately. I just don't think it's plausible, but I do certainly think we're going to win the House. I think it's but who knows? They might try to rig it like they did the last time with Elon Musk, and who knows? With trying to, Elon Musk even said something about Trump wouldn't have became president if it weren't for him. It's you can't even comprehend it. I don't even know, but hopefully we wipe the floor with the people who answer to Donald Trump, the Trump bottom feeders, who claim to be for the people, who successfully misguided and misleaded, and I don't understand how people fell for it. I mean, it was clear as day. They've backtracked and turned. It's because people don't look at the news, and I understand that could be a good thing, because the news is overwhelming, the news is inundating, the news is anxiety-inducing and very stressful, but it's also good to stay informed and know what's happening to your country. It's good to know it's good to know if we're going to go to war. It's good to know if pedophiles are being saved and being covered up by the President of the United States, because he is a pedophile, he is a sexual predator, and let's all just come to it. He is. I mean, look at how he sits with his daughter. He's a child predator is what he is. I mean, just look at images.